raise the quotas every year. There used to be 100 boats in that harbor. Must be 15 now.
Yeah, what are you doing? Taking kickbacks from the government?
You want to control the fishery. You don't even know what's going on out there.
Yeah.
That's the point of the monitors.
Right, a snitch.
Yeah, settle down. Settle down. Not the old days anymore. Everyone has to make some sacrifices.
Yeah.
You don't care if these guys regulate us to death. Because you're the only one making money here.
Just like it happened in the Oscar-winning movie Coda, fishermen fighting back against a costly government mandate. They're making their case right now before the U.S. Supreme Court. If they win, it could dramatically shrink the power of unelected bureaucrats to interpret federal laws. Douglas Kennedy has been following this long-running legal battle to put the brakes on government overreach. At the center of today's argument, he's on a fishing boat in Rhode Island.
So this was a regulation imposed upon you, not passed by Congress, not passed by any lawmaker.
No, it was imposed on us by a regulatory agency who doesn't care about the profitability of these vessels and doesn't care that we're going to have to pay an onboard government enforcement agent more than the crew it's going to make per day.
Meghan Lapp is from Seafreeze, which operates the Relentless, a herring fishing boat from North Kingston, Rhode Island. In 2018, NOAA said the Relentless must carry a government observer on its 10-day trips, which was fine, but then said Meghan's company had to pay for it. So this was essentially a tax on your business by an agency with no accountability to the public.
Absolutely. And once they implemented it, there was nowhere else for us to go.
In 1984, the U.S. Supreme Court gave federal agencies like NOAA tremendous power to interpret laws and impose regulation on small businesses like Meghan's. It's a landmark case that's come to be known as Chevron. So you're now asking today's Supreme Court to overturn what's been known as Chevron deference.
Yes, because it's completely unfair that the agencies get to decide what the law is.
John Vecchione is the Seafreeze attorney now suing the federal government. He says many federal agencies have taken advantage of the ruling to impose unreasonable regulations on ranchers in the West and other small business owners in the South and Midwest. But the most egregious may be NOAA, which has put what some call senseless limits on fishing and recently proposed an onerous speed restriction on boats over 35 feet in the East, all bypassing any democratic process.
Congress does not have to write clear laws about what they want, and the agencies then get to declare what the law is with no input from the people or the voters.
Meghan says she can accept any rules and regs as long as they're imposed by someone who is answerable.
Because the government agencies aren't answerable to anyone, they're not afraid of the citizens. The citizens end up being afraid of the government.
She's hoping the Supreme Court can remove that fear and restore accountability to all federal agencies. In North Kingston, Rhode Island, Douglas Kennedy, Fox News.
All right, there's a great look at what this issue is all about. And join us now to break down all the legal angles is the former counselor to Attorney General Bill Barr, our Fox News legal editor, Carrie Kupek-Urban. So in layperson's terms, this dispute over fishing monitors is being likened to a cab driver having to pay to have a police officer sitting in the seat next to him monitoring how he drives. Yeah. And the case is made that, well, look, if this is a federal regulation, why do fishermen have to pay for it?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And in fact, the amount that they have to pay these government babysitters can go up to, I think, eat into their profits by about 20%. In fact, what they have to pay these government monitors is more than what the sea captains themselves make. And so it's a great case because, as it was just explained, it goes to the heart of something called Chevron deference. And this is the rule that's really at play here, is that what's been for the last 40 years, how this has been going is that when a federal rule or regulation is silent, courts must defer to the federal agency, meaning that unelected government bureaucrats are the ones making decisions about micromanaging various aspects of American life, including iconic American industries like the fishing industry.
All right, so what's been going on just down the street then? In the Supreme Court.
Oh, in the Supreme Court. Yes, I'm thinking there's a lot going on there, John. Congress.
Just over there.
Are we talking about Congress? Are we talking about the Supreme Court?
No, what's been going on?
Yeah, so the arguments are still going on, which is remarkable, given that they started at 10. These are very long arguments for the Supreme Court, and I'm hearing that there's some heavy-duty questioning coming from Justices Gorsuch and Kavanaugh. Now, Justice Kagan said that, look, you know, with this idea of this that courts should defer to agencies, it's because the people in the agencies are experts. They are in the best suited position to make these decisions. Now, Justice Kavanaugh said that Chevron, this doctrine at play that in this fishing case, is, quote, like a shock to the system, that every 48 years there are with new administrations issuing new rules. So this effectively hamstrings businesses from being able to do a lot. You know, the rules are changing constantly. They're having to pay for their own monitors, which severely cuts into their profits, and really the livelihood, the ability to make one's livelihood, especially for these fishermen, is actually on the line.
The number of rules that get promulgated during every administration is just absolutely stunning.